Hi YouTube, it is I, Danielle, better known as Danielle the Happy Medium, and off the back of a question that I got off my video via of the rostrum, people asked me, how do you work a rostrum, Danielle, and how can I make my rostrum work better? So in this video, we're going to take a little bit of a look at that. So for anybody who is working particular rostrums at the moment, or anybody that's trying to move that rostrum work on, my first thing that I would say to you before you do anything more is go away and speak to your guides and give the intention to your guides that you are looking to strengthen your rostrum work, you are looking to strengthen your platform work, and you are looking to find better evidence, and you are looking to be able to work your crowd to the best of its ability. For me personally, this is what I do when I'm doing any kind of rostrum. When I stand up, or before I've even getting up, I will have had a chat with my guides 6 months prior, because I do quite a lot of rostrum work. And the exact thing that I say to my guides is these are the things that I need in this rostrum work on this particular session. So i.e., I always ask for an easy message first out the gate. It sort of settles you as a medium, helps you sort of get your foot in there, because the first message of the night can sort of lift your confidence. So if you go with an easy one or a steady enough one there, you can get that out, the flow sort of comes in there, and you feel a little confident, or you feel quite settled. You've adjusted into your mediumship, you're making yourself feel confident enough to be able to then go on and do more and more messages. Then I'll say to them, right, in this particular service, I also want some tears. I want some laughter. I want great evidence here. I want evidence that is specific and is only for my clientele, but also some evidence that can be taken away also. I also want something a little unusual, something a little bit off the cuff, a little bit out there as well. So I'll do a lot of mums and dads, uncles, grands, granddads, brothers, sisters, but then I'll have something that's a little bit weird and wonderful, because that's how I like to do my mediumship. I like to be able to adapt and change how I do my mediumship in order to keep evolving my skill set there. This is ultimately, and always will be, people go to me and say, oh, well, it's all about, tool sets and this and the other. This is the tool set. This is your spiritual toolbox. This is what if you're asking for it and you're putting your intention to it, this is what you're going to get. I always ask for a message at the end to be the best it can possibly be, because I always like to end my nights on a high night there. I always want to make sure that my nights finish on a good note and people go away happy, confident in knowing that the spirit world's been there. I ask for feeling in my mediumship. I want everybody in the room, whether they get messages or not, to at least feel that the spirit world has been there with them this evening. These are just some of the hints and tips that I can give you for your rostrum work. When you're on your rostrum, or you're getting ready for your rostrum, me personally, I don't do any sort of meditations. I did used to do, but again, my mediumship has evolved and grown over time. And this is what I say to everybody who watches these channels, or my channel. Do not get caught up in trying to run before you can walk. Understand that your mediumship evolves as you evolve. As you evolve, the mediumship evolves, because that is ultimately how mediumship is done. You cannot get everything right at the very beginning, because you're learning about mediumship. You're trying to understand the sensory system in which that you're working with, and trying to understand the mediumship and the messages and evidence that also comes over there as well. So if you're nailing it first time, congratulations, I'm incredibly proud of you, but I will know for about 90% of you who are probably watching this video, you ain't nailed it yet. You're still looking for the answers. And trust me, everybody who's watching it, so am I. I'm constantly looking and evolving and growing, because that's mediumship. That's what mediumship's about. So if you're needing that extra couple of minutes there for that meditation, that quiet time, which I did when I first started out, take it. If it's a mechanic or a structure that you need to put into your mind, great, that will help you. But try, as you move along the platform and you do more platform work, you lessen that down. You try to understand that just when you stand on that rostrum, you go. I say to my guides, when I am ready, I'm ready working. Now, everything that floods into my mind is the spirit world. It is nothing more, it is nothing less. And I guarantee you that every time, everything that you see will be of the spirit world there. Once you're up and you have all this intention in place and you're starting with your connections, you need to work out, what are you? Are you a throughout mediumship? or are you a direct medium? Which do you want to be? You need to know what it is that you're doing here. You can't give a rostrum work if you're not giving your guides the tool set in order to be able to help you. Everybody says that it's the medium in the spirit world. I don't necessarily agree with that. Our guides are there for a purpose. They are there to help and guide us and help us with our work. We need to be letting them know it's a team effort here. It's not you in the spirit world, it's you, your team, and the spiritual world. Get this into your mindset there quite easily, because the quicker you allow your guides to do their job, the easier it's going to be for you as the medium. Once you've decided what it is that you're doing in the direct or the throughout medium, I don't really like throughout mediumship. I have done a video on that. I'll put it in the link. You can take a look at it. It looks a little naff, unless it's got really good evidence packed in there, which I'm yet to see that, and I've got to be honest, direct mediumship is far, far better. But again, it's your personal choice. I'm not here to tell you what you want to do or what you don't want to do. Once you've got that in place and you know where you want to be, then you need to be saying to your guides, right, I need a sign. Where am I drawn to? Am I drawn to the lady at the back, or am I hearing it? You need to determine on your rostrum where before you even get up there. Or like, for example, myself, when my communicator comes forward, I will get, you need to be on the back row, Danielle, third in. Lady with the cross on. That's where you need to be. I've got Dad here with me. Okay, I know where I need to be now. But not everybody works on a clairaudience link like me like that. Some people will naturally be gravitated, which is how I used to work when I first started out. My eyes were naturally gravitated. I would scan the room. When I was stood on the rostrum, I would scan the room and I would be instantly drawn to somebody, and I would know that that was where I needed to be. I would then wait for the communicator to come forward, because you must wait for this communicator. Don't go to the psychic link. Wait for your communicator. That they're drawing you there, even though you're not completely aware that they're there yet, they're instinctively making you aware that you need to be with the lady at the back with the black cardigan on the second row. So bear these things in mind. You need to be saying to your guys, what is it? How are you working? Are you picking the people out clairvoyantly? Are you picking them out clairaudience? How are you picking them out? What works best for you? Trial and error with this. Working different rostrums will get you the experiences that you are looking for. Sometimes it'll work for you. Sometimes it won't. What it doesn't work for you, bin it. Bring the stuff forward that does work for you and enhance on that, grow on that. Work with your guides to make this better. Once you're up there and you've got your person, next thing you need to be doing is giving your messages, giving your evidence. Don't interfere. Keep out the way. Make sure that you're staying with your blend. Now, if you should drop the link or you should drop the blend, then here's what we do. We then go back to the communicator. We say to the communicator, give me something, anything you want to give me. What do you want to give me? Remember, don't panic. Don't panic. If you need to, say to your clientele or your rostrum people, floor people, excuse me, can I have a moment? The people in the public will appreciate that. They will understand that you need that second. You get into this habit of learning to ask for a second. Learn to ask or learn to wait a minute just to get that next link there. Go within your mind. What do you want to talk to me about? What do you want to tell me? Who is it that I want you? Who is it you want to talk to? Ask these questions. If it goes blank, then either you're in the wrong place, which is how I know I'm in the wrong place and it goes blank, or two, I've dropped my link and I need to go back to the spirit world there. If you feel as if there's nothing there, then go to the sensory world. Look to see what your body's doing. Feel it, listen to the energy, or look for a sign, look in your mind. The first thing that you get, go with it, give it, because once you give it, more will start to follow in there. If you get a no, go back and ask for more on that. Don't be frightened to ask for more information from your communicator. They're there to help you. They're not going anywhere. If it all goes absolutely Pete-tong and you can't get out, then the best thing to do is say, unfortunately, I have to either step back and allow a bit more time here, or I can come back to you. That is what I do. I do not feel ashamed or embarrassed because I don't get it right. People in the congregation understand these things. They understand they're there for a reason. They're not sitting there because they want to pull the pickle out of you. They're there because they genuinely understand and want a message. They're not there to give you a load of grief and heckle at you. They're there because they want a message. They're not there to give you a hard time. The general public that I work with are really supportive. I am yet to have any kind of hassle on any demonstration or rostrum work that I have done, touch wood, because I explain to my client it's building trust with the people on the rostrum, which they then trust in you. So don't give yourself a hard time there if it all goes a bit Pete-tong. The best thing I can say to anybody working a rostrum is don't panic. Don't panic. You're not doing anything wrong. Tell yourself in your mind, I can do this. We've got this. My blend's there. The spirit world's there with me. Shout for your people. Say, give me a hand here. Help me out. They will. They won't let you down. The only person that'll let you down is you, because you panic. You think something's gone wrong and you feel the spirit world's left you. And they haven't. It's just your conscious mind's interfered there. When you're finished your rostrum, make sure that you thank the spirit world for their time. Be grateful of the experience. Tell them you'll see them all next time and thank them for their time. They give as much of their time as you do. We should be grateful to the spiritual world there. So when it comes to rostrum work, there's loads of hints and tips in here for you, and I hope it helps all them people out there that's asking me about rostrum work, because I am passionate about rostrum work. I am going to be doing more about looking at evidence and things in the next video, and I'm going to be doing a few series or a few videos on rostrum work there to help that budding medium out there get this into place. Practice, practice, practice. When you're not on rostrums, get in open circles. Practice them skill sets. Work with your team. Tell them what you need. Trust me, they'll deliver every time. So I've been Danielle, better known as Danielle, a happy medium, and I will see you lot all very, very soon.